Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Please subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, and leave a donation so I can pick up a little fried rice and chicken wings. And yo, hold your horses. And let's not take it to the stupid on this Lomachenko versus Tank argument. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm surprised. Man. Some people flying into the comments, you know, those seagulls fly in, drop some crap off, and fly back out. Yo, man, telling me that I don't know boxing, which is cool, because ever since Roger Mayweather came up with the whole you don't know crap about boxing, everybody wants to use it, right? So it's all good if someone says that about me, you know, it doesn't bother me. However, you need to hold your horses and not take it to the stupid. If you feel that my opinion is wrong, cool, at least explain. Because this shit about, Loma's gonna beat Tank because he's just gonna molest him. Hey, yo, hold your horses. What are we talking about? Molesting Tank in the ring. Bozo, I want to hear from you. The people on this channel want to hear from you. But you can't just come in here and say, Loma's going to molest Tank. That doesn't cut it. Now, what I will tell you is, let's look at Lomachenko and Devin Haney. Then I'm going to pull up something else, right? Now, when Lomachenko and Devin Haney fought, a lot of people, to this day, Deontay Wilder, they feel Lomachenko beat Devin. They really do. And I can understand the argument because the fight was close. But when I first watched it, I said, damn, Loma beat him. But I went and I rewatched it. And I'm telling you, in my opinion, Devin won the fight. He won the fight. But I broke the fight down round by round. I did a video about how I think they should break fights down, score them round by round, instead of just looking at the full 3 minutes and then sitting there, a guy who's getting outboxed 2.5 minutes of a round, and then the last 30 seconds, boom, he lands a hard shot, and the crowd goes crazy. And they forget about that whole 2 minutes and 30 seconds where he was in there getting tattooed and shit. And that's why I was like, they need to figure it out, a better way to score these fights, because everything is so subjective. But when you take a look at Devin Haney and Lomachenko, I mean, Devin Haney found success targeting Lomachenko's body with his right hand, and Haney landed 50 body punches, 49 which were power punches. And we take a look at, let's just look at rounds 1 through 6. Haney was out here landing, 6 to 32 punches, 10 of 39, 9 to 35, 11 to 35, 13 to 41. Lomachenko was more around 6 of 26, 9 of 49, 11 of 50, 6 of 43, 12 of 55. So when you look at it, Haney was landing, he landed a bit more than Lomachenko, but it was pretty even. But Lomachenko threw more punches than Haney. But a lot of his shots were like flurries. They were ineffective. But he did have some huge success in some rounds, in particular when Lomachenko came out there, man, and got busy in the 10th and 11th, where he was able to outland Haney in power shots 20-6. Those later rounds, a lot of times, are what people remember seeing. They don't really remember what happened rounds 1 through 8 or 9. It's just like those championship rounds. That's what, is just really imprinted in people's minds. But in my opinion, for Lomachenko, if he's going to have success against a guy like Gervonta Davis, Lomachenko is going to have to figure out a way to land more power shots than Tank. Like he was able to land 20 more power shots in those rounds, I think 10th and 11th, than Haney. And of course, those rounds were Lomachenko rounds. Now, when you come and take a look at a guy like Tank Davis, we got to understand, can Lomachenko, can he come out here and outland Gervonta Davis when it comes to power punches? Outland him by 11 to 15 power punches per round. Can Lomachenko do that from the first round to the last round? You see, I don't know if he can do that. Because in order for a fighter to land shots on Tank Davis, you've got to be in the danger zone. And it's like I say, it's one thing for someone to be throwing a jab at you, right? I call it, to getting beyond the jab, I call it walking through a bad neighborhood, or them, it's the jab. getting through a bad neighborhood. The thing is, if Lomachenko can somehow get beyond Tank's jab, or Tank's straight left, or Tank's uppercut, or Tank's hook, right? If he can get beyond those shots that Tank throws, right, when he chooses to let his hands go, Lomachenko will be in probably a really good position. But how many fighters have you seen really be able to come in there and dictate their way to a guy like Gervonta Davis? You just don't see it. It's more of Tank allowing fighters to do certain things. It's not them coming in there and taking things away from Tank. You've never seen it. I ain't never seen it. And remember, that's my opinion. You may look and see something different. We're not going to see the same things. Even when you talk about Mario Barrios, he had some success, but look at the size and the reach he had on him. He had some moments. But what happened? That shit with Gervonta Davis in that Barrios fight was just like Terrence Crawford when Terrence Crawford was fighting Porter. Corner said something to him, right? That was Mayweather. You're down. And he was like, what? I'm down. And he's like, yeah, not on the official scorecards, but the unofficial scorecards. And Tank was like, what? And Tank was like, how? He was confused. Terrence Crawford, the same shit. What? How? He's like, all right. Both of them went into the next round, and what happened? You know what I'm saying? So for me, when Gervonta Davis decides, all right, it's time to bring this to an end, he steps to you, man. And I just don't think Lomachenko is going to be able to get in there and outland him as far as total punches landed. I don't think you're going to be able to outland him as far as jabs. I don't think you're going to be able to outland him with power punches. I'm talking about over the whole fight. There may be some rounds where Loma has some success, especially. And this is the thing, I can't even say especially in the early rounds, because the early rounds, Loma has had a habit of starting up slow. Now, don't even talk about Kambosos. You can't sit there and say Kambosos and Tank Davis are the same. What similarities do you see with Kambosos and Tank? I don't see anything. And to say, well, Lomachenko stepped to Kambosos from the first round, he's going to be able to do the same and has success against Tank. If he does that against Tank, it'll be a suicide mission. He might as well strap a bomb to his chest, get in the ring, and detonate that shit. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to be able to do that against Tank, because again, it goes back to what I said. You gotta cross you gotta enter and get through a bad neighborhood, and I just don't think he gets beyond a Tank jab. I don't think he gets beyond a Tank left hand. I don't think he gets beyond a hook. I don't think he gets beyond an uppercut. I don't think Loma gets beyond any of that. Okay, and this thing about him turning Tank and using angles and confusing Tank Davis, I'm just not sure. I don't see how the handful of people who are out here telling me I don't know boxing and attacking other subscribers to the channel who are saying Tank wins. I don't see how those guys are looking at Gervonta Davis and just predicting or strongly believing that Lomachenko is going to get in there and just destroy Tank. I'm not seeing it, man. But what I will say is, don't take the Martin fight with Tank Davis, right? Don't look at that and think to yourself that Martin was having his way. He made it easy. No, man. You got to listen to what they're saying over in the corner. Tank was allowing Frank Martin to work. Tank was sitting there in his corner. They were like, yep, nah, he ain't as powerful as he was earlier. He's not this. I'm seeing that, yep, he don't have nothing. Tank is sitting there and he's processing, saying, okay, I got him. He lets you get comfortable. And then he's like, all right, it's time for me to go ahead and get him out of here. So while you working, right, you fighting your heart out those rounds, and then Tank decides, okay, now it's my turn to get you out of here. That's when he starts fighting. So you get comfortable because you're thinking this is the best Tank's got. This is easy. And Tank's not even trying. He's just making it easy on himself. That all them years of boxing, that IQ, that experience, all them sparring sessions, and plus he has self-belief. And then he says, all right, I'm going to come in here now and I'm going to let my hands go. And that's where you see, man, when Tank starts to let his hands go and his power shots go, the opponents that he faced, their punch output starts to decline. And then you see who starts to land more power shots. And then ultimately the fight fades. But there was an article that was written, right? The fighter fades and Tank gets a knockout. There was an article written, right? This person, well, I think it's a female, Miriam Oyango. See, this is the shit that annoys me. I don't even know the legitimacy of some of these articles. I guess anybody can create a website and write stuff, but this is on, what is this? Boxing on Athlon Nation. But this is what they're saying, right? They talk about Gervonta's trainer, Kenny Ellis. Talk about he took to social media because he's frustrated over a lot of the videos that are surfacing about Vasily Lomachenko. Because we know there's an upcoming fight between Lomachenko and Tank this November. And what they're saying is here, they said Kenny believes that they're trying to intimidate Tank by so many uploads of Lomachenko. But of course, Kenny Ellis isn't worried about anything that they're putting out there. He just feels that everyone's trying to capitalize on the significant interest of Tank and Loma fighting. Now, this is what I think is crazy. The person who wrote this article is saying that there's a suspicion that Tank purposely delayed the fight with Lomachenko until Lomachenko turned 36, thinking that that would give Tank a better chance to defeat him. Now that Loma's no longer in his prime, unlike 7 years ago when he first began calling out Davis in 2017. Now, let me address that. Gervonta wanted to fight him, Floyd and Leonard Ellaby, and I'm assuming Al Hammond. They didn't want to make that fight. And remember, that was during that time where Tank was frustrated because Tank wanted to fight for legacy and wanted to get titles. But they came out and talked about it. Ellaby talked about it, Mayweather. Don't worry about that. You can't go to the bank after you retire and basically want to deposit your belts or make a withdrawal from the account because you have titles. The titles mean nothing. And I think that's how they were able to get Tank to just listen to them, fight the opponents they put in front of him, and make his money and build his profile. So if you ask me, was Tank purposely ducking Lomachenko? I don't think it was him ducking him. I don't think this was a case of putting duck sauce on the fried rice because Tank and his team was worried Lomachenko would beat him. I think this was a case of forget titles, forget fighting these guys. Let's build your profile up and make you the pay-per-view attraction, and then we can dictate things. I truly believe that's what it was. I don't think Tank was afraid of shit. Tank wanted those fights. But anyway, when you come now and you take a look at it, a lot of fans are saying, no, he's cherry picking. And basically, he's fighting Teal's leftovers. He's fighting Devin's leftovers. And that's how boxing fans are. Everyone has an opinion. I'm not saying no one's wrong. But for me, I don't think there's anything anyone can do to try to intimidate Tank. I don't think there's anything anyone can do out here to try to intimidate Lomachenko. Lomachenko is a winner. Tank is a winner. And when they get in that ring, you can't make me believe that both of them feel that somehow they're going to lose. I think they're going to respect what each other is bringing to the ring. Boxing fans don't. They just get emotional and just start spewing bullshit. But Tank and Loma, they're going to be very respectful. But in my opinion, I just think when you look at Tank Davis just really improving, I think Tank is going to easily get in that ring and put the beans on Lomachenko. I'm watching Loma and I understand the footwork, I understand the angles, I understand the conditioning, the stamina, I understand the drive, the determination to be a unified champion again and become undisputed at 135. I just, unfortunate for him, I just think it's over. And for people saying Tank relies too much on his power to win fights, choosing to lose rounds and hoping his strength will save him, that's total blasphemy, man. Tank isn't losing rounds and praying to the boxing gods to, let his power save him. Tank, I'm going to say it again, he chooses to give you rounds. You don't take rounds from him. And I think everybody's going to be shocked when you see him in there with Lomachenko. That's just my opinion. I don't think you're going to see Lomachenko come in there and do much of anything against Tank. Shit, Devin Haney was giving him the business. Devin Haney ain't a slicker fighter than Tank. He ain't got the IQ. He can't punch on them angles. He doesn't have them quick twitch fibers and reflexes like Tank. Tank is all right, man. Lomachenko's good, and he ain't Tank. Even talk about, what about a prime Lomachenko? I don't even want to talk about that. What are we talking about? A prime Lomachenko? He lost to Salido. dirty ass Salido. Tank can be filthy too. Tank ain't gonna just let you come in there coochie cool. Tank a risk losing the point. He gonna show you. He looking to put the Baltimore Bing Bings on you. So this shit about Lomachenko coming in there and Tank was avoiding him. Tank should probably reconsider fighting him. Loma is the bigger puncher. Loma's got the speed, the IQ. He's dirty. He got the uppercut. Loma, he'll do whatever it takes to win. I'm like, where y'all getting this from? Because I'm telling you, I haven't seen it. Everybody calling Frank Martin a B-level fighter. I'm going to tell you right now, I think Frank Martin beats Lomachenko. I do. People can say, nah, you're wrong. Oh, you say what you want. I'm just telling you. I think Lomachenko will get hit with some shit. If he got put down by Linares, Frank, and that's when he was younger and more active, Frank Martin would put the Bing Bings on him. And I'm not at all trying to discredit Loma. I'm telling you, Loma at one point he was a phenomenon. And I just think he still looks like a phenomenon against guys like Kambosos. He ain't gonna do that against no Tank Davis. I don't even think it does it against Frank Martin. That's just my opinion, but it is what it is. This could be a situation of Bob Arum with Lomachenko. Maybe he was trying to look out for Lomachenko in a way kind of like Manny Pacquiao when Terrence Crawford was trying to fight Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Bob, when he really looked at him, maybe Bob was like, man, I really don't want to do this. I'm trying to look out for Lomachenko, but this is like his last hurrah. And might as well get him some big money. I don't know if Bob deep down believes Lomachenko can beat Tank. I'm just saying, man, I understand people look at Tank's resume, they have opinions. But I mean, y'all acting like Tank fought tomato cans. Y'all crazy. I just don't get it, man. But we're going to see, because I just don't think, like this article says right here, Tank lacks boxing skills and is vulnerable against Lomachenko. I just don't get it. But anyway, we're going to see just how much these people are wrong who really feel Tank. He only relies on his power, and he's going to continue keeping away from real threats from 130 through 140, 147, because the Al Heyman and everyone else involved is trying to protect Tank Davis, because Tank Davis is an investment to these people. To that I say, Tank is his own man right now. Tank's working exclusively with Al Heyman. He ain't had shit to do with Mayweather. And I don't even think Leonard Ellaby even has a real role anymore. You know what I'm saying? So this shit about people trying to protect their investment, look, what they're trying to do is get a return on their investment, because Tank just signed this big deal with Al Heyman. So he's got to come out. He's got to fight big names. And I think Tank will sit there and put the Bing Bings on all these guys. I just don't think no one does anything to him. All this Lomachenko and the fancy feet, y'all watch. Same way Loma can turn and use angles, Tank can do all that. You see, Tank is super athletic. Loma's super athletic. Tank, I just when I watch Lomachenko is the truth. I want to make sure people understand that. I'm just trying to see if he's going to be able to get away with that, stepping out to the right, creating an angle and banging. He's a southpaw. Tank's a southpaw, man. The kryptonite for southpaw to southpaw is the hook. So I just think when Loma's letting shots go, again, he got to cross into a bad neighborhood, man, to try to do that shit. And I just don't think Lomachenko is going to be able to have the success that y'all think he's going to have. Lomachenko struggled against Teofimo. Lomachenko struggled against Jermaine Ortiz. Lomachenko struggled against goddamn Devin Haney. How's he going to get in here and all of a sudden now dominate Gervonta Davis? That's all I'm saying. Even the individuals talking about, well, Loma does good against guys his size, and Gervonta Davis is the right height for Loma to land the Ukrainian uppercut. I'm like, yo, man, stop now. I do think Loma will have a couple spots, but I just don't think Tank's going to give him rounds. I don't think he's going to do that. I think Tank's going to get in there, and he's going to make sure that he makes a statement with Lomachenko. Lomachenko ain't never been knocked out. I think Tank can knock him out. I do. I think he will. I personally think this fight won't go more than 4 rounds. I don't. But you just got to wait and see. But anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. If this right here is a 50-50 fight, I don't think so. I think this shit is 80-20. 80 in favor of Tank. I don't think this is no 50-50 fight. I don't know why people keep saying that shit. Shit ain't 50-50. It's not. Y'all need to hold your horses and stop taking it to the stupid. I know some people going to disagree. It is what it is. But that's my opinion. Anyway, leave your comments below, and I'll try to comment and respond. But I'm busy with the boys, my kids this summer, but I'll make time to try to respond to some of them. Anyway, y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze. Tank will destroy Lomachenko. Get out of here.